for this afternoon. Her name is Haley Antonacci. She is from Athens, Illinois. And I will admit, I met her on a bus trip to Holland, Michigan. She caught my eye with her wearing the pearls. She is 22 years old and loves wearing bright colors and whimsical fashion. She is a plus-size fashion content creator. She hopes to inspire others to wear the things that they love. She models clothes for local boutiques, and she has come to us today to share a short bit about her love for pearls and fashion. Let's welcome Haley Antonacci.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here today. This is actually the first conference I've ever been to, and I've had the pleasure of running into several of you so far, and everyone here is so welcoming, and I just think that you should be so proud of this community you've built here. So when our friend Eleanor asked me to come and speak in front of you today, I thought, how much wisdom could a 22-year-old really provide to a group of incredible, educated individuals like yourselves? I'm a little nervous, can you tell? I met Eleanor last year on a bus trip to the Holland, Michigan Tulip Festival. While packing for this trip, I stood in my closet wondering what I should wear. And then it hit me. I could wear this dress that reminds me of a tulip. So I packed the dress, decided to bring my pearl hat, and headed to a thrift store to find some matching accessories. I like to think what intrigued Eleanor about me was my fashion sense, as there's nothing I love more than expressing myself through the things I wear. While I don't have a lot of life experience I can share with you, I would like to talk about one of the things I love the most: fashion. I have always loved fashion, but fashion has not always loved me. Growing up, I always saw iconic women like Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, Coco Chanel. When we think of these individuals, we often think of their priceless luxuries, maybe even the strands of pearls sitting on their necks. Did you know that Joe DiMaggio actually gifted Marilyn Monroe a pearl necklace for their honeymoon? It was comprised of 44 Akoya cultured pearls and measured 16 inches in length. I'm sure he was thrilled when Marilyn wore that same dress many months later in divorce court. That necklace went on to be a signature of Marilyn Monroe's that's even on display today in a museum in Texas. But these women, they were different from me. They were skinny. And while they inspired my love for fashion at a young age, I wouldn't find my true style for many years. Now, when I say the word fashion, what pops into your head? I bet for some of you, it's your favorite celebrity on the cover of a magazine. Maybe it's a model walking down the runway in Paris. Maybe it's an expensive brand name. But the cool thing about fashion is it's more than just clothes. It's art that makes your body your canvas. It's your statement to the world around you. It's every tiny decision you make, from the color of eyeshadow you chose, down to the socks you put on today. When I was researching pearls in preparation for this speech, I learned that pearls are formed when an irritant enters a mollusk. The creature forms a protective coating known as nacre, which helps to reduce irritation. For this reason, nacre is often referred to as the mother of pearl. Something so insignificant, like a grain of sand, transforms into something incredible: the pearl. Reading this, I felt felt like I could relate to these magnificent gems because for so long I felt irritated that I looked different, that I didn't have the long legs like the models in New York Fashion Week, that I didn't have a flat stomach like what we see in the magazines. But by the time I finished high school, I slowly began to lean into that passion for fashion. I began wearing bright colors, fun silhouettes, breaking out of my own shell. But I never forgot that kid I once was who desperately wanted to see her body type represented. In 2020, an app called TikTok was blowing up the world of social media. During this time, I began posting videos about the clothes I was wearing and buying. And one night, I posted a video that went viral, accruing over 1 million views in less than 24 hours. It's often said that pearls represent new beginnings, and this was mine. I was receiving messages from women all across the world saying, "You've inspired me. You've made me feel like I can wear the clothes I love. And my favorite, you've made me fall in love with myself again." I can't think of anything more rewarding than to become the influence that my inner child needed all those years ago. But it wasn't magic. I still had those days where I didn't feel good enough, I didn't feel pretty enough, where I still felt like that kid who looked in the mirror and didn't like who looked back at her. I want you to put a hand in the air if you've ever heard the term "fake it until you make it." Thought you might have. So one day I go shopping, just minding my business, and the owner of a boutique walks up to me and asks if I'd ever like to come and model for their store. So I did. I became a plus-size model at the Yellow Door in Petersburg, Illinois, and I even walked in the Velvet and Rosemary fashion show last summer, which helped benefit a local charity. Some things that I learned in my own endeavor to fake it until I make it are to always put on the outfits that make you smile. Yes, even if it's not practical, even if you are overdressed, even if other people may not understand it. If I could go back and talk to 12-year-old Haley now, I think that she would be shocked. But I know that she would be proud. While I may not have always felt confident, looking confident opened many doors for me. May this be your reminder that you can do anything you'd like to do, regardless of your looks, your size, your age, or even what society has said for so long that you couldn't. In times where you may not feel powerful, you may not feel successful or influential, you have the ability to make your presence a force. As Susan C. Young once said, "As a pearl is formed and its layers grow, a rich iridescence begins to glow. The oyster has taken what was at first an irritation and intrusion and used it to enrich its value." Thank you.